Sustainable living. Do you want to partake? Well, let's talk about Jacksonville, Florida. And if you're looking for a home here in Jacksonville or thinking about upgrading your current one, consider this. Homes with solar power and other green features are no longer just a nice to have. They're increasingly important for comfort, value, cost, long-term resilience. I'm Justin Roberts with Herron Real Estate. I've guided many buyers through sustainable home options here in Northeast Florida. And here's why green homes are a smart move. What features to look for and the local market story. So how do I help you navigate the process? Step one, let's talk about why green features even matter. Living sustainably goes beyond eco-friendly. It touches your monthly bills, your comfort in the Florida climate, resale value, and even risk mitigation. For instance, homes that are energy efficient and solar equipped, they reduce costs and they hedge against rising electricity rates. Local solar data shows payback horizons of about 6 to 9 years for a typical Jacksonville system. Properly built green homes often have better insulation, higher quality building envelopes, less maintenance, and improved comfort, which is a key in the Florida heat and humidity. Now, from a resale standpoint, buyers are increasingly value conscious about energy costs and sustainability. A home marketed as green certified or solar equipped tends to stand out. Local utility advances, for example, JEA is moving ahead with 3 large solar energy sites in the Jacksonville, Florida area. That's signaling regional commitment to renewable energy. In short, green features are now practical, not just aspirational. What key green and solar features should you look for when you're buying a house with sustainability features? When I show homes or consult with clients, we walk through a checklist of features that genuinely impact performance and value. Here's what you want to keep an eye on. Solar PV systems. What are you going to look for? Proper installation, licensed installer, warranty. We want that warranty to be at least 25 years or longer, and good panel/inverter brand reputation. Net metering capability, and there's credits for power generated that can go back to the system. Locally, resources say solar is one of Florida's fastest growing markets. Roof condition, important with insurance. We know 10 to 15 years are really pushing back on the age of the roof. So the solar works best when the roof is newer, so you can avoid having to remove panels for a roof replacement. Reddit users in Jacksonville note challenges there. So financing versus outright ownership. There's a lot of ways that the owner could either be paying for it outright, leasing it, or buying to own it like an additional mortgage. So we have a system owned outright adds value. A lease system may complicate resale properties. So let's talk about energy efficiency and building envelope features. High performance insulation, energy efficient windows and doors, tight building envelope. Builders in Jacksonville always highlight this. Energy rated HVAC, LED lighting, efficient appliances. Zero energy ready homes that reduce reliance on solar by being ultra efficient to even start with. So what kind of sustainable materials and features? So what certifications do we want to look for? Well, we've all seen the Energy Star ones. What about DOE Zero Energy Ready Homes? Florida Green Building Coalition. Those are just a couple other ones that you can keep an eye out for. We're looking at location and climate resilience because Jacksonville's coastal, hurricane prone. So the green features often overlap with resilient design. Roofs built to high wind standards, elevated structures, flood mitigation. Solar and battery backup or generator readiness can help in certain storm outages. This house I'm standing in now has a complete Generac system. So if we have a storm and the energy goes out, boom, it kicks right in. Here's a snapshot of how sustainable homes are emerging in our area. There's builders such as TerraWise Homes, TerraWise Homes, in Jacksonville specialize in energy efficient, solar ready homes throughout neighborhoods like Springfield, Arlington, Mandarin, and other places. There's home builders like David Weekley, Weekley, David Weekley. Their homes offer Energy Saver. Now that's their trademark, but their homes in Jacksonville, they're on average 35% more efficient than a 2006 build. Solar cost information in Jacksonville, a typical 6 to 7 kilowatt system may cost $12,000 to $19,000 with federal tax credits, which is up to about 30%, and property tax exemptions. Local utility action, well, we got JEA solar projects that signal growing regional commitment to renewables. Enhancing home value in sustainable neighborhoods. For buyers, this means you're not just buying a home, you can buy in a trendy neighborhood at lower cost, which include modern living and with a forward-thinking design. So how do I guide buyers and sellers? You know, as a real estate advisor here in Jacksonville, Florida, and or Northeast Florida, here's how I help you with sustainable home opportunities. First, we need an education process. You know, I walk clients through what green features mean in practice. Not just has solar, but can the roof hold the system? Has it been maintained? What's the true ROI? Return on investment. Neighborhood matching. I highlight areas where green builds are more common and more buyers recognize the value in newer developments that are undergoing this regeneration with green sustainability in mind. So let's talk about evaluation and negotiation. When I'm touring homes, I like to point out the green features that matter, or some that might need an upgrade. You know, for sellers, I help them present these features as value add-ons. You know, there's a resale strategy. A home documented with green credentials often appeals more broadly. You know, I help clients understand how to market the sustainable aspects effectively. So we have a network of professionals that I can connect with. You know, that my trusted local solar installers, my local trusted home builders, my local trusted home inspectors experienced with energy efficient homes, all to help you make an informed decision. So there's considerations and there's things to ask. Green homes are great, but like any investment, there are details to verify. So we want the system size and the age of the system. For solar panel installations, check when installed and how many years of expected performance remain. We also want to look at the roof condition. If you buy a solar home with a roof nearing the end of its life cycle, you may inherit removal and replacement costs of those solar panels. So we have leased solar panels versus owned solar panels. A lease system may complicate you selling the home unless the new buyer assumes the lease. Battery storage and net metering. It's a question I get a lot. So you want to research local utility rules on how excess solar credits are handled. Can I get money back from JEA? Some homeowners have reported some challenges. So let's be real. Certification documentation. If a home claims to be zero energy ready or green certified, you got to ask for the documentation. So is the greenhouse you're buying compatible with the rest of the neighborhood standards? You want to ensure the home fits the neighborhood. You don't want to be the only one in the neighborhood with an outdated model of a green system. So let's talk about maintenance and warranties. Solar panels, inverters, energy systems, they all have maintenance needs and warranties. So with all of this information I presented, here are my final thoughts. If you're looking to make a home purchase or update in Jacksonville, going green is just not about doing good. It's about smart living. Solar panels, energy efficient homes, sustainable materials, and resilient design all combined to create homes that cost less to own. They feel better to live in and appeal broadly when it's time to sell. If you're ready to explore homes in Jacksonville with solar or green features, or you want to understand how to upgrade your existing home to make it sustainable, I'm here to guide you. I have the resources to help, and I also want to help you find a home that aligns with your lifestyle and supports a smarter future. Guys, I'm Justin with Herron Real Estate. I can't wait to meet you.